In today's video, I'll be showing you guys gameplay for the evolved Musketeer. She's a 2-cycle evolution, and essentially her ability is infinite range. She has a sniper added to her where she has 3 ammo, and she can shoot things from all the way across the map. Alright, so the first game I'm going to be trying the Evolved Musk with is of course going to be 2.6. It's probably going to have very good synergy with that, as you would expect, because the Musk pairs very well in that deck. And I think in general, the Evo Musk is going to go very well inside of Cycle decks. It's probably going to go well with Loon Cycle as well, and maybe Mortar. It might not pair that well inside of Beatdown, and I know what a lot of you guys might be wondering. Can you play the Evolved Musk in the back and then it literally just snipes the tower? No, you cannot. So you are restricted from just having it snipe the tower, but everything else it has infinite range against, just not towers. That is the only restriction essentially. So I would say let's just go in for a Musk in the back here, and then all we got to do is play one more, and then we got the evolved version down. So next time the Musk is in hand, it's going to be evolved, and we'll see what it can do. So maybe a good example of it would be on top of this guy's Musketeer. I can go in for the evolved version so we can see how it kind of compares. Let's see, we could, maybe I'll wait because the Musk took a little bit of damage already. It could be a little bit better. So I'll just defend this with an Ice Golem instead, because I don't know in this specific, this is a mirror match. I don't know specifically what better example or good way of testing the evolved Musk would be, except for, of course, going on his own Musketeer, because like I said, it can't be used against towers. Ooh, sniping the cannon as well. And as you guys can see, there's a line indicator here. So basically the unit has to, so I'll show you guys, let's do this right now. Let's play the Evo Musk and it should snipe. Yeah, look at that. Boom. Does it take it out in 3 shots? Okay, so it doesn't deal an insane amount of damage. It's not like it deals a massive amount of damage and just literally like just one-shots things, but at the same time, not bad. I feel like not bad at all, especially when you're taking out pesky support cards like that, or maybe you're trying to break through buildings. But it's not going to be amazing against beatdown decks. I feel like it's really not going to be good if you're using it, say, against a golem deck, and then it ends up locking on the golem. It's not going to be very valuable in that type of situation. So you are going to probably have to be very, I guess, careful how you use her, because you don't want her to lock on the wrong thing if there's multiple units, I guess, in a line, if that makes sense. So I think it might be a situational Evo, and honestly, from the look of things so far, from what I've seen, it doesn't look like it's going to be a very broken evolution, and it could potentially be one that maybe needs a small buff, but we'll get into some more games and test her out. All right, in our next one here, we're going to be running it inside of a Loon Cycle deck, and to be honest, if they do decide to buff the Evo Musk, one way they could actually do it is by making it a 1-cycle evolution, because the Evolved Goblin Cage is also 4 elixir, just like the Evolved Musk, and it's 1 cycle, so maybe it wouldn't be extremely broken if that is the case, but I suppose they could wait and see for a while if it's even necessary to buff it. So it looks like here we're against a P.E.K.K.A. Bridge Spam deck, and I feel like this could be a matchup where the Evo Musk might not be that OP, especially if the Evo Musk ends up locking on something like the P.E.K.K.A., for example. Then it's not really dealing all that much damage to it, I feel like. But we can see how it goes here. We're just going to cycle a Musk in the back, same time as him going P.E.K.K.A. in the back, actually. And let's see, I guess we could probably just go in for our skeletons to kind of help protect the Musk, and then the Ice Golem as well. I could hit him with a balloon, but I might just wait a bit because he's probably going to be able to get back to the Ewiz pretty soon. So he's going to go in for a Battle Ram. So let's just go in for a Bomb Tower like this. And yeah, that P.E.K.K.A. is going to get dealt with pretty nicely over there, I would say. So let's just go in for a Barbaro here on this, and then we do have our Evo Musk in rotation ready to go. See if we could potentially get some good value out of her. So I'd say let's go for a defensive miner here, and then maybe I kind of want to test it out. Let's see how it does against like minions, for example. So let's just go in for a balloon, and then let's play the Musk all the way in the back here and see if it's able to snipe the minions from far away. It should be able to. So let's see. It's able to one-shot the minions, and as you can see, it fires, I guess, the same fire rate, I believe, as the regular Musk, so it was able to pick them off pretty quick. I just kind of wanted to test it out without snowballing there. So you guys saw kind of another interaction where I feel like, yeah, the Evo must seem to be kind of decent there. But again, I feel like it's kind of situational because I don't really know if, oh wow, he poisoned that. I mean, I guess to be fair, this snowball would have slowed down the tower and it would have forced a response. So had he not done that, he would have for sure had to go in for an E-Wiz most likely. So I'll just bomb tower here, and this is pretty easy defense, I would say. In general, this is a very easy matchup. I feel like Loon Cycle is going to do pretty good against this specific P.E.K.K.A deck here. So we can just get a kite going, and then I'm just going to go in for a bar barrel here, and then we'll just get another Loon going. And yeah, this is the problem with the Evo Musk being a 2-cycle evolution. I feel like you can only get down one Evo Musk the whole match unless you're literally spamming the Musketeer the whole game, especially if the match ends up being quick. Like if it's only, for example, like a let's see, let's go in for what. Okay, let's see how it is against the P.E.K.K.A. This should be interesting. So here we go. It's going to get yeah, it's not against tanks, it's not really that effective, I feel like. All right, in our last game here against Golem, so the final deck I'm going to be trying it out in is going to be with the Mortar. I feel like it could be kind of decent. I remember this Mortar deck a few years ago used to be somewhat popular with some baity cards, and we see a Tombstone as well as a Knight. It could very well be Graveyard, so I guess we'll see how this goes. This is the thing I feel like with the Evo Musk. I feel like one of the main problems that might potentially arise for her is I just feel like certain matchups she's just not going to do very much. I guess in this particular matchup she might be kind of decent against something like the Baby Dragon, but I just don't see how she's going to be very good against things like the Graveyard as well as the Tombstone. So as I'm kind of talking more and more about her, you guys are probably getting the impression that she's going to be a pretty balanced Evo from the looks of things. I don't know if she's going to be the worst Evo in the game, but my prediction is she's probably going to be below average, at least in her current state. I mean, we can see if that ends up changing and how things end up playing out, but that is just kind of my prediction as of now. So really, really bad Graveyard by this guy. So let's see. He's going to go in for a Baby Drag. I'll just go in for a Goblin Gang here, and then from there, see what he wants to do. We are close to having the Evolved Musk ready to go, so I guess I'll probably save her most likely on a Baby Dragon or something like that, or maybe a Knight. I don't know what else would be valuable. We can just go in for a Knight on top of his Knight here, and he's going to go in for the NATO. He NATO'd really late. I mean, you can get the King activated off of the Skelly Barrel, but you have to... Let's actually test out how it does against the Tombstone. This could be kind of interesting. So it's 2 shots to take care of the Tombstone, and then doesn't she have one more shot left, but it has to be in a line, so it's only things that are in front of her, right in front. That could be another way they could buff the Evo Musk. Now that I think about it, something else they could do is they could make it so it's more radius, essentially, so it's not having to be just in that thin line. It instead could take up more space. Like, it could be like, for example, the fireball radius, but like all the way across, so that way it's able to attack everything in its path, so it's not limited to just, I guess, like one tile, because I think it is only like one or so or something like that. But either way, I'll just go in for a Knight here. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. Anyway, I know we're against essentially like bots, so our opponents aren't really that great, but it's mostly to test out the Evos. But either way though, guys, I'm going to sleep pretty soon. I recorded this pretty late. I'm getting pretty tired, so I think that's going to be it for today's video. In my opinion, the Evolved Musk is going to be a below average evolution. It seems to be pretty useful for sniping buildings and maybe picking off support cards from far away. Maybe you want to kill something like a princess. You want to play her high up in the middle to take care of that princess, or a building like a cannon or a tombstone, for example, but she's not going to be that great against tanks, and I feel like you're not going to be able to use her very often as a 2-cycle evolution, so maybe she'll end up needing a small buff. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe. You can use creator code BOSS to support me in any Supercell game, and thanks again until next time, guys.